hereby called to order. Let the record show that a quorum of members are present and that this meeting has been called in accordance with the Texas Open Meeting Act, Texas Government Code, Chapter 551. We wish to extend a warm welcome to everyone present at this meeting of the Board of Trustees. This is a regular meeting, and all items that will be discussed or voted on this evening have been posted as required by state law. On behalf of the Marshall ISD Board, we are pleased that you have joined us as we celebrate achievement, set goals, listen to reports, approve budgets, contracts, and personal appointments, and make policy for the district. We are not here to make management decisions or to solve the problems of individuals. Management is the responsibility of the superintendent. This is a meeting in the public, not a meeting of the public. You are our guests, and you are welcome to observe and listen. If you wish to address the board in the public comment portion of the agenda, please fill out the public comment form found on the table just outside the boardroom entrance and return the completed form to the Superintendent Board Secretary, Jessica Scott, located over here to my right. We also ask that you silence all your cell phones. We are pleased that you have taken the time to join us this evening. Thank you for your interest in the Marshall Independent School District. Would someone like to open us in prayer?
Let us pray.
Ms. Betty.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, because of your great love for us, Lord God, we are not consumed, for your compassion for us never fails. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Dear Heavenly Father, we welcome you to this meeting, and we thank you that we have the opportunity to meet together once again to discuss school business. We thank you, Lord, that we have so many good things to celebrate within our school life, and we pray for wisdom and guidance when we discuss the items on our agenda this evening. We pray that as we talk and make decisions, Lord, about our school, that we would hear your voice and be led by your Holy Spirit. Lord, this Board of Trustees, we humbly accept the responsibilities granted to us, and may we lead by listening and see success in our service to others. This I ask in the name of Jesus. Thank God. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Ms. Fisher. All right, a presentation of flags and pledges.
Yes, we don't have any children today because we had a staff development day today, so the students are not here, so we're just going to have to lead it ourselves.
All right, everybody please stand. We'll make the pledge to the U.S. flag followed by the Texas flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. You may be seated. Do we have any public comments? Thank you. All right, administrative reports. Property tax status update. The Harrison County Central Appraisal District, Mr. Lee Flowers, our central appraiser.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's good to see everybody. Thank you for having me for my annual pop-in visit. We are still making progress, still making changes. I would say it's gotten to the point it's tedious, but it's pretty much always been that way. We are making a good bit of progress. There are some things that I'm not particularly happy with, that we're still working on. Our ARB process is still heavily influenced by the past, but all in all, I am pleased with the progress that the district has made. We're by no means finished or through. We still have much work to do, but we're well on our way, and I'm very pleased with the staff for their efforts in everything that they're doing. I tell my students that you eat an elephant one bite at a time. Y'all seem to be intent on making me eat an elephant all at one bite because we're in the middle of two software conversions, one for our collections, one for our appraisals, in the middle of everything else. With everything that we had in front of us, a software conversion was probably the last thing you would want to try to accomplish, but it was necessary. We are looking, hopefully tomorrow, I should be able to update the jurisdictions on when we'll have the tax statements out. I know that's frustrated me to no end because I'm on hold waiting for programmers to work through problems, and these problems don't solve themselves sometimes very easily. We want to make sure we get them out correctly. And they assure me that we're close because this was our first conversion. We have two conversions to do, our collection software and then our appraisal software. And as software conversions go, it's been fairly smooth. The thing, I guess, that I've had to deal with internally or here in Harrison is if you've never been through a software conversion, you think the sky's falling. And having been through some before, it's been pretty smooth sailing, all things considered. The problems that we're working through right now are relative to being able to get a little bit of help out of the prior software company. And so that's kind of slowed down the process just a little bit. But I hope by tomorrow they'll have a good firm estimation of when we can deliver the file to the outside printer. Outside printer's locked, loaded, and ready to go. We already have all that ground plowed. They're just waiting on the file. And we expect them to have probably a 3, maybe 4-day turnaround from the receipt of the export file to actually dropping them in the mail. So we will stay in constant communication with the jurisdictions to let them know. Really, the only thing that we're dealing with right now that I don't know about, you were no help, thanks. No, she actually was. We've got one school that does, one jurisdiction that does discounts. Legion Fields ISD does a 3-2-1 discount, and I guess all you schools just decided to go home last week? Was it just a few of them? I don't know. I tried to get out to some schools last week, and it was like a ghost ship. And I think Legion Fields was probably one of those that took last week off. So we're waiting to hear from them on what section of law they adopted that 3-2-1 discount in, and then that's probably one of the biggest things that we've been questioned about lately is folks from Legion Fields want to know if they're still going to get their 3-2-1 discount. We're trying to find out about that, but all in all, as I have visited with the superintendents, we are waiting for your results for the property value study. That is our next big challenge, our next big hurdle. It's all out there said and done. There's nothing else that we can do but wait for the results to come out at the end of January. I've told the superintendents and my board, I'm not sure what else we could have done with the values. We've done everything we could with the resources, the time we had. I don't anticipate any problems with Marshall ISD and the property value study, but sometimes you never know what side of the bed the state's going to wake up on. I know y'all don't have anything to do with the state, don't have any experience dealing with Austin, but I do. And you probably wish you didn't.
Yes, I do.
But having said that,
Independent school district.
we've done everything that we can do to try and ensure all of our schools pass the PBS, because this will be technically my first PBS for my stuff, and I know the schools have been very supportive of me during this time, and I appreciate that. But I also know the schools are waiting for that property value study to actually say final grace, and I understand that too. But we'll be sweating that coming out at the end of January, and then we'll take things as they are, as they happen then, and do what we have to do. Do you have any questions?
I'd just say to the board, and Chase, I think would agree with me that we have been very appreciative of Mr. Flowers and his leadership at HCAD.
Yeah.
He has helped, I guess, right the ship, might be a way to put it, in a way that was very necessary and very needed, and just would say that publicly. So
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you all for having me.
Thank
Yep.
you, Lee.
Yep.
Appreciate
Thank you,
you.
Lee. All right, Ms. Vaughn, delinquent tax collection report.
Good evening.
Good evening.
So this report follows the same format that we've used in the prior years, and I will try not to bore you to death with it. I'll hit the highlights. Stop me if you have any questions. We're going to start on page 3. Page 3 shows you your total revenue from tax collections. This, again, is your current taxes, your delinquent taxes, and all the penalty and interest collected during your fiscal year. So for fiscal year 2024, that's the one that you just finished, we collected 101.66% of the adjusted levy for tax year 2024. This is, tax year 2024 is coming straight from your appraisal district records since it just ended and your audit is not complete. Your prior years that are listed on the chart refer back to the TEA audited figures. And then obviously next year when we come, your 2024 will include the audited figure. But it tracks right in line with your, what the reports from HCAD say. So I don't anticipate that there's going to be any change. Fiscal year 2023, you were at 101.74. Fiscal year 2022, 102.43. And fiscal year 2021, you were at 101.04%. I did go back today and just do a little bit of research to see where you've been historically prior to that. And 14 of the last 15 years, you've been in excess of 100%. So that's good news.
Very good news.
Page 4 talks about your cumulative tax collections broken down by year specifically. This is as of August the 31st. So your 2024 taxes, 95.73% of your adjusted levy had been collected at the end of August. Your 2023 taxes, 97.97% of what you levied for 2023 had been collected. Your 2022 taxes, 98.8% had been collected. And your 2021 taxes, 99.21% of your adjusted levy had been collected. So to put that into a little bit of perspective, your 2021 tax levy, your adjusted tax levy was $31.3 million. And at the end of August, there was only $248,676 still outstanding. Your delinquent tax collections, this deals specifically with what we do for you. Your 2024 taxes, which the majority of were turned over to us on July the 1st. With 2 months of collection activity, we had collected 24.82%. Your 2023 taxes, with 14 months of collection activity, we've collected 60.48%. Your 2022 taxes, we've had those for 26 months. 73.61% of what you turned over to us has been collected. And your 2021 taxes, we've had those for 38 months, and we've collected 84.14% of what you turned over to us. You'll notice in the table right underneath those charts that your levy that you've turned over to us on July the 1st has been fairly consistent. $1.6 million is what you turned over to us July the 1st of this year. It's just slightly higher than what you turned over to us July the 1st of last year. And you stayed right in that $1.6 million that you turn over to us every July. Does anybody have any questions about those 3 pages before we move on? We're going to move on to page 9. We're going to skip over the individual year charts. I'm happy to go back and look at those if you'd like, but I feel like the charts on page 9 give you a big picture and a better picture of what your tax roll looks like. As of August the 31st, the total outstanding to MISD was $3.94 million. Of that $3.94 million, almost 18% at the end of August was covered by a pending suit or a suit that had already been reduced to judgment. You have 10.41% covered by tax deferrals. That number has actually gone down slightly since last year, so that's a good sign. You have a very small portion involved in bankruptcy, just 2.2%. And there's not any other categories that are particularly notable. The 2024s, which are the majority, obviously, of the delinquent tax roll that we've been working 2 months, we are working those, and there's a big chunk of those that we're currently doing title on. On the bottom of page 9, it gives you the same dollar figure, but it breaks it down by year so that you can see how old the taxes are that are delinquent. And again, the majority of your taxes are the 2024 taxes that were just turned over to us. About 47% of your total outstanding delinquent tax roll is from 2024 and 2023. And the majority of those are going to be collected over the next few years. Does anybody have any questions about these two charts? Okay, moving on to page 11, this talks about the activity that we have implemented. It gives you a 2-year window for the work that we've done on your behalf. We have mailed over 29,000 notices to your delinquent taxpayers. We have filed 391 lawsuits. I think you may remember me telling you last year that the number of suits that we filed had increased over the prior time period. It is another increase over this time period. We've taken judgments in 293 cases. We continue to work your delinquent minerals with the tax warrants. We've talked about those in the past. Those are still a very successful tool. And we have done some personal property tax warrants and mobile home tax warrants over the last year especially. So we filed 47 tax warrants. At the bottom of page 11, it talks about the tax sales that we have had. You may remember that in 2024, the tax sales in Harrison County went online. This has been a phenomenal thing here in Harrison County. So we've offered 489 properties for first-time sale in the last 2 years. That number also is up compared to the number that I gave you last year. Another number that's up in this tax sale chart is that 57% of those properties have been pulled, either because of a payment in full, a homestead installment agreement, which we're required to give someone under the law if they live there, or a tax deferral or bankruptcy. That number is up a little over 10%. So that's a good sign. People are paying to retain their property. A number that's down on this chart is the number of properties that have been bid in trust over the last 2 years. And I think that specifically is a result of the online tax sales. That means more properties are selling the first time around as opposed to being bid in trust to the taxing entities. So last year, it was about 14% of the properties that we had offered for sale were bid in trust. This report shows that it's 9%. Only 9% of what we have offered has been bid in trust. So I'm pleased to see that. And you'll see with that happening, the number of resale properties going down as well. But all of the properties that we're offering for resale are also selling in the online sale. And some of them are continuing to sell for more than what they would have sold for the first time around had somebody bid on them.
And those properties, so property sales, more than the taxes owed, money sits there. If nobody claims those funds after how many years?
After 2 years.
Then it comes to the district, right?
Yes, and so you're jumping ahead of me, but that's
Oh, sorry.
okay. Well, let's just skip over the bankruptcy stuff and get right to page 13.
Sorry, that's a good thing for us usually.
Page 13 talks about excess proceeds. So as Mr. Palmer was mentioning, when property sells at the tax sale, if it sells for more than the total that's owed against it, the excess proceeds get deposited into the registry of the court. And the prior owner has 2 years to come in and claim those excess proceeds. We do monitor the filings in those types of cases to make sure that whoever is claiming it is rightfully entitled to the excess proceeds and that they claim the correct portion. But if nobody claims it during that 2-year period, then the excess proceeds get divvied up amongst the taxing entities based on the total amounts that were owed at the time of the judgment. So you'll see that since I started keeping track of excess proceeds, there's been over $741,000 in excess proceeds that is the school's portion. Now, that does not include the checks that I mailed last week because y'all were closed. $148,891.97 was MISD's portion of the excess proceeds that were delivered last week. The online tax sales have resulted in people paying more for properties than they would have paid at the courthouse steps. And in 2024, there was $1.239 million in excess proceeds just inside Marshall ISD that were deposited into the registry of the court. So over the next year, in 2026, if nobody makes a claim for those, then you all will be receiving your portion of those. In 2025, there's been a little over $375,000 inside Marshall ISD in excess proceeds. So then in 2027, there's a potential for those to come to you all as well. Going back to page 12, that talks about bankruptcy. Bankruptcy this year is about 1.5 times the number of cases as what we saw the last time I reported to you all. I would not be surprised to see that number continue to increase over the coming months and the next year. Moving on to page 14, one of the services that we offer to you all through our contract at the appraisal district is a taxable value audit. We go back and review the appraisal district records to make sure that if your value has decreased after the fiscal year ends, that we file an audit with the comptroller's office to recoup any additional state funds that you may have been entitled to as a result of those value losses. So far, 2019 is the only year that we have recovered any additional funds. 2020, you all had an increase in value, and so it would not have been beneficial for us to file a taxable value audit. 2021, we filed that, and the Property Tax Assistance Division, also known as PTAD, they accepted our filing for tax year 2021. Is currently under review. Once it's approved by PTAD, it will be sent to the TEA. And if they agree with the audit that we filed, you'll have a T2 value reduction of $3.76 million. So it should result in some additional funds to the district for tax year 2021. Any questions?
Thank you for what you do. Good Lord, you're bringing a lot of money. You wouldn't get other ones.
Y'all do an exceptional job.
Yep.
Yeah, and we got checks over $140,000 that I took to our business office today from MVBA to gather in that money. So good job.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
If y'all ever have any questions or want to talk about a specific property or have information about a specific property, please let us know. Mr. Palmer and I work together all the time, and he is able to help me pretty dramatically. So any information y'all have, we'll take.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, next on our agenda is notice of intent to apply for the Learning Acceleration Support Opportunities, or LASSO. Dr. Crane. LASSO.
Good evening. This is a notice of intent to apply for our LASSO Cycle 4 grant. This is a single consolidated application that combines grants, allotments, and in-kind supports bundled around key strategies to accelerate academic gains. So there are about 15 opportunities that we can apply for. Some focus on curriculum and instruction, some on educator training, such as a Grow Your Own program, more time during the school day and school year, and then some innovative school models such as virtual and hybrid learning opportunities.
Have any questions? All right, thank you, Dr. Crane. All right, next is our bilingual ESL district overview. Ms. Colasso.
Good evening. Good evening. All right, so for our 2025 annual bilingual ESL program report, we have to report every year over our EB programs. So we're just going to review our program program types offered here at MISD are academic progress for our emergent bilingual students, the bilingual exceptions, and the ESL waivers that we file every year, and a comprehensive fee plan that we must complete because we file bilingual exceptions and ESL waivers. So we have for our bilingual program, we offer our dual language immersion one-way program that is only for our emergent bilingual students. And the goal is for biliteracy in both languages. And some cities around Texas, it's not just Spanish, it could be that they offer English and Vietnamese or Cambodian, but here in our district, because the majority of our EB students are Spanish-speaking students, we offer our dual language program for the partner language Spanish. And so the ultimate goal is that by 5th grade, they are proficient and are able to reclassify once they go on to the junior high. For our ESL program, this is for students mainly that are that speak other languages other than Spanish. We do have a few Spanish-speaking students in our ESL programs. If the parents decide to deny bilingual, which that is usually not the case in our elementary schools, the majority of students are serviced through our dual language program because parents value the need for their students to be biliterate. But we do have a few, the majority of our students, like I mentioned, are serviced through dual language. Our secondary ESL program is where we have the bulk of our students. We have 2 ESL programs. We have our content-based, where the teacher of record is actually ESL certified, and all 4 core content subjects are given by the teacher. Our pull-out is considered for students like at the elementary level where the teacher pulls them out and services them, or at the secondary level where there are a lay teacher, might be ESL certified, but not all content area teachers are certified. So those are the programs that we offer here in our district. And so great news. So last year when our results from accountability, our RDA, came out, we actually received a determination level of a 1, which that meets requirement, which is excellent, highest level can get. Back in 2022, we were actually a level 4, so a lot of work has been placed in order to get where we're at. We needed substantial intervention back in 2022. We have lots of meetings with TA, has lots of different systems in place to get to where we're at. And so
Been there, done that.
really working hard in order to keep that.
Congratulations on
level
that.
1.
That's a good compliment.
Very good.
And so for our Star Elementary emergent bilingual data for 2025, we did see some gains in 3rd grade, both reading and math. This is for our emergent bilingual students. That's ESL and bilingual combined. For 2025, our 4th grade students did see a dip. But if we compare them to that 2024, they had a few points. There were a few points down, but our 5th grade students pretty much maintained. And our science, which has always been a struggle. I don't have the 2022, 2021, all of those other years, but it was very low. Some of those were in the teens, but we've come a long way, but we still have lots of work to do in science as well. For our junior high emergent bilingual data, we did have a few dips, but many of our students reclassified. So, and we'll get to that in a minute, but we did have a bulk of our kiddos reclassify in 5th grade, so their scores aren't counted. Once they reclassify, they don't count. And so we did have some dips at the junior high for our 6th grade and our 7th grade and 8th grade as well.
So when you say reclassify, they come out of the program?
Yes,
Okay.
so they don't no longer
Just making
count
sure I was on the
as
same
bilingual
page.
students.
Gotcha.
So we did see some dips. We reclassified a lot of students in the last 2 years, but we can see that in our data.
The last one's still in there.
We had great gains in English 1, English 2, in Algebra 1 we did have a dip. Biology we went up, and U.S. history we maintained for our emergent bilingual students. And so for our TELPAS data, 2024-2025, you can see that our elementary students are pretty much rocking and rolling. But once we hit secondary level, they don't really want to, I think it's mainly that they're afraid to speak into the microphone, and they aren't as consistent as they are at the elementary level, where we have many of our students at that advanced high for our reading proficiency. In 5th grade, we were at 70% of our students. Listening was 75% by 5th grade. Speaking 52, which is, for the most part, in all grade levels, our low area, and then writing, and that's the output. Our listening is usually always higher, whereas our output in our speaking and writing is a little bit lower. So we're working as a district very hard with Turner Talks and actually having our students do a lot of collaboration and using that academic language in order to increase these scores. We also have our wonderful Summit K-12 program that really helps in increasing our students' proficiency in all 4 language domains. Our parents actually also get free licenses, so the students have the opportunity to work on those 4 language domains, and the parents also get 4 free licenses to work at home, so they're all increasing their English language development. So the reclassification criteria this year remained the same as last year. Previously, they had to have advanced high in all 4 language domains, and that was very hard for our students, especially for the speaking, hitting that advanced high. And so now, overall, we just have to have a composite of advanced high to reclassify, and they have to pass their STAR reading assessment, their English 1 EOC, English 2 EOC, if those are the tests. And the teacher's subjective form, they have to say, yep, they're ready to reclassify, the students need no support. So these were the number of EB students that we reclassified this year. You can notice we don't ever really have any 1st or 2nd grade students because it takes 5 to 7 years to attain a language. So if they're here in pre-K, it's very hard for them to reclassify in 1st and 2nd grade. We had 10 3rd grade students, 10 4th grade students, and 26 5th grade students. So the bulk of our students that reclassify are at that elementary level, and that's where they are really working with our Summit K-12 program, and the test is much easier at that level than it is when they reach the secondary level. We have quite a few students reclassify in 7th grade, but our numbers were pretty low in the other grade levels. So total monitor students, we have 134. It's only counting the 61 and the 73 because they're only monitored for 2 years. So this year, for 2025, we had 61 students reclassified. They met that reclassification criteria of being overall advanced on their composite score, passing their STAR test at these set approaches, and also having the teacher subjective with positive reviews. For 2024, we had 73, so that's a lot of our kids reclassified, and that's why we saw those dips at the junior high, because many of these students were not counted for. Whereas in 2023, we only had 1 student reclassify, and that's because they had to have advanced high in all 4 language domains, which was really hard, and I think the state noticed, like, hey, we need to reclassify some of these kiddos, and they changed the criteria up. And so this year, we're still working on getting all of the data for how many students are going to be under exceptions and waivers, but we're looking at our data for 2024, 2025. It's going to be about the same. It's very close. So this year, we're looking at about 340 students that are going to be under exceptions for bilingual, and waivers same, around 310 kids. And because we are under exceptions and waivers, 10% of our bilingual education allotment has to go into providing professional development and ensuring that our teachers under these exceptions and waivers are prepared to service our EB students. And so this year, we're actually, for our November 1st deadline, we're going to file 21 bilingual education exceptions. That means that these teachers are not bilingual certified, and we're going to file 4 ESL waivers. In order to support our teachers and reduce these bilingual exceptions and waivers, we offer a very competitive stipends. We do offer a $1,000 stipend for our ESL secondary teachers that are in those RLA English classrooms. and $5,000 to our bilingual certified teachers at the elementary level. We also provide lots of support for testing. We also pay for that training and for their test. If they pass their assessment, they also get reimbursed for that test. We currently we have 9 bilingual teacher candidates in the program, in process right now for MathPath program, and I'm hoping that once they are certified teachers, they can also take those assessments. They can't take it until they are certified. And then we, like I said, offer the test fee assistance, and we provide lots of professional development throughout the year in order to ensure that they are teaching our students those cross-linguistic connections, those all the linguistic, the scaffolding skills are embedded in their teaching. So for our, like I mentioned, our comprehensive professional development plan, we've had a lot of PD in place to support not just our bilingual classrooms or our ESL classrooms, but we've had trainings in CTE. We just had some ELPS training in CTE. Also in any of our special programs, we have trainings. We're going to TABE, Texas Association of Bilingual Educators, Wednesday, and so taking many of our teachers that are not certified, we participate in our Title III Symposium, which TEA offers. For our Maverick Conference here at the district on our July 30th, we brought several presenters in, Region 7 and other consultant sidelists, to help prepare all of our teachers, like I said, not just our bilingual and ESL teachers, but all of our teachers with those best strategies. For EVCon, that's Region 7. We always take the majority of our, last year we had the most teachers participate. This year we did not have the majority, but we did take about 18, 19 teachers. One of our very own teachers actually won the award for a mover of mountains. That was Miss Josebeli Ramirez. She did amazing, and so she reclassified many of our students in her 5th grade class, and so she got that award, and I'm happy to say that I got the Loyal Leader of the Year award for EV.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So that was exciting. So lots of exciting things happening. We want to keep that RDA level, determination level 1, and also ensuring that these students that did not reclassify get what they need in order to reclassify for the following year. Any questions, comments,
Very
concerns?
good.
I have one question. So I see that we keep losing teachers, bilingual. Are they going somewhere else? Are they getting out of the, where are they going?
Well, we did have some teachers move to other positions, like Miss Josebeli. She's one of our bilingual certified teachers, and she moved to an AP position.
Gotcha.
We have had some that were bilingual teachers, and then they also moved up positions, have left the district. But yes, it's tough finding bilingual certified staff. And we want to continue to grow our MathPath program is amazing, and keeping them here in our district and giving them those opportunities to grow as well if they choose.
Anything we could do to help you keep them?
Well, those stipends are amazing, but
What we need is just more people getting certified in bilingual across the state, because
Gotcha.
we've got so many students in the state that need it.
Do you think there are, and you may not know the answer to this, but do you think there are prospects for MathPath that would become bilingual teachers in the future?
absolutely, yes.
I mean, I think that's probably the best solution is to grow our own.
Absolutely, and we're not waiting, but they're going to the trainings now, we're preparing
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
any
If we
test
need
preparations for
9 more
that,
the
they
next year.
already
Yeah,
know.
we do.
Yes, they're able to take it.
That's good.
And
Good.
add to their
Good.
certification.
Any other questions?
Great job.
That was a great report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate that very much. All right. Mr. Chilcote, transportation report.
Good evening. Welcome to the fascinating world of seatbelts on buses. Senate Bill 546 was passed in this last legislation, and we're required to give you a report about our buses and our 3-point seatbelt situation. TEA, I will file this with TEA that I did a report to our Board of Trustees. They will take that information and come up with some financial assistance by 2029 to make full compliance for all school districts in Texas. We are required to be fully compliant by September 1st of 2029. So we have 3 manufacturers of buses, International, Bluebird, and Thomas. You can see that we have 12 total International, 32 total Bluebird, 10 total Thomas. Each needs some retrofitting. 6 need retrofitting for International. If we were to retrofit all of the 6 International buses, it would cost $317,000 currently. That would be with a third party installing. All of the manufacturers have declined to install these belts. It would change their original design and the safety specs and how it was built originally. So when you attach to different parts of the buses or retrofit, if it was still under warranty, would void those warranties. We need 13 Bluebirds, which would cost roughly $498,000. And then we need 2 Thomas buses, which would be about $73,000. So of our 54 buses, 21 would need retrofitting, which would be a total cost of $889,727. What I recommend is over the next 3 years is that while we attrition the old buses and gain new buses, that we not retrofit all buses right now. And maybe in the 27 legislation or the 29 legislation, we will be down to roughly 13, 14 buses that would need retrofitted possibly, and then we would receive assistance from the state to do that.
You may not know this off the top of your head. How many route buses do we have?
The 54.
All 54?
Are sped and route.
And they run every day?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Are the majority of those old buses, older?
Yes.
Older.
They are. Any new bus is compliant, so that would be the other.
8 out of 10. Yeah.
How many of those are we going to send to pasture, you think, in the next couple of years?
We would hope to purchase 2 new buses a year like we have in the recent past.
Okay.
So by 29, it would be maybe 6. And then go from there and see how much the state is going to give us to retrofit the remainder. So now it's my recommendation that we say it's not feasible for our budget, and that as we get closer to compliance in 2029 with help from funding from the state, that we would be compliant by 2029. And of course, TA has not given the portal yet to submit this report, but when it opens, I will submit it.
You'll be ready.
to TA.
All right. Any questions? All right. Thank you, Mr. Chilcote. Dr. Langley, Superintendent's report.
Yes, actually tonight, we are getting to thank our principals for the work that they have done. So we've got a few things for them, so we need, I'll call you up, so they'll all run up here at the same time. This is Kathy Bell, our Director of Little Mountain Academy, please come up here. Stand here, we're going to have everybody up here together. This is Dana Culberson, Principal at Marshall Earth College. And all these folks have been in staff development all day long today, so if they look tired, they are.
That's what they wanted, the school board
Eric
meeting
Bill,
to do.
Principal at David Parker. Blake Langley, Principal of Practice. Jordan Lewison, Principal of You stood up like you knew. Mr. Johnson, Principal of William B. Travis. I couldn't surprise me. Betty Carter, Principal of Marshall Junior High. Mike Miller, Principal at Marshall High School. Jerry Hancock, Principal at Marshall Early Graduate School. And last but never least, Mr. Robert Knopf. I want to personally look each one of you in the eye and tell you thank you so much for everything that you do for not just Marshall Independent School District, but for the city of Marshall. Y'all, I don't think anybody realizes what all y'all do for this community. And I thank you for that. And I want to let you know also in your bags, and you can look if you want to, but we are thankful to Juicy's. They gave you all a $25 gift card. And Light Fiber has given you a $25 Amazon gift card. And also, the school district has given you a name plaque. If you will kind of pull it out so everybody can kind of see what it looks like for your desk. And hopefully you all got the right one.
And we spelled them right.
There you go. You got your name on it with your name and your title on there. So I'll show those to the board so they can kind of see what you got.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is. Looks
Very nice.
So this is a very, very small token because there's no way we could ever give you enough things for everything you do. But board, do y'all want to come down and shake your hand? Oh, don't throw your bag away. Gift cards for now. I saw that. He's running up with $100.
Hey, that's better than 3 chicken strips, isn't it? Is he doing good? We need to talk about that.
I'm always lining up here. Like right here.
I don't think that most of the city realizes, what do we have, what, about 20?
I hold up everybody else. I guess I'm bugging on everybody.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, about 23,000
I'm like,
people,
huh.
and every day, y'all are taking care of 1/4 of that 23,000 people. So thank y'all for all that you do. All right, everybody's good in there. Everybody act like you like each other.
I want to step out the lake.
All right.
Thank y'all so much. That's all I have for this.
That's all you have? All right, very good. All right, folks, we've got the consent agenda. I know we did not have a pre-meeting, so I would ask that if you have any questions, throw them out there. Otherwise, I would accept a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, a second by Ms. Fisher. All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right, matters requiring board discussion action. Consider approval of FF&E, furniture, fixtures, and equipment for students and teachers at the high school. Mr. Chilcote.
Attached, you'll see the proposals from Indico, our furniture manufacturer, for the remaining new student and new teacher furniture. This will put us at about 99% of the furniture purchase. So it's recommended that we approve these sales to provide furniture to students and teachers for the spaces at Marshall High School.
It's the same stuff we've already looked at?
Yes.
That we did earlier? Yes.
As the phases have continued, we have figured out how much we need.
Okay. Any questions? I'll entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Mr. Lewis, second. Anybody?
Second it.
Second by Ms. Marshall. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Consider and approve a resolution regarding Senate Bill 12 and parental rights.
Yes, Senate Bill 12 was huge. We've got 25 different areas on the list from Senate Bill 12 that the school districts had to take care of. It did come from the 89th legislative session. It all relates to different types of parental rights in public education. And it became effective on September the 1st. Luckily for school districts, they did put in that local policies relating to matters in Senate Bill 12 will be adopted as soon as practicable, but after the effective date of September 1st. So it has given us some time to get this work done. The Board of Trustees of Marshall ISD will direct all staff and contractors to comply with the following 25 requirements that are listed in Senate Bill 12. And the very last one, the superintendent must provide a copy of this resolution to all employees and contractors, both electronically and physically. And we will be placing this in our Skyward system, which is where we have everybody go in, click it, and sign that they did receive it. And they will also receive hard copies that we will just be sending to the campuses, and then the principals can get those to them.
Okay. All right. Any questions? I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve.
Motion by Mr. Palmer,
Second.
second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right, consider and approve the lease of oil and gas development of 1 acre tract property. Mr. Chilcote.
So I'd like you to consider and approve the bid for this 1 acre tract in Exhibit A. I'll just give you a little background and a reminder. We rejected all bids concerning oil and mineral lease a few months ago. And then you also are giving approval to reapply and do proposals for bids for these tracts. So this is a 1 acre tract that we're asking you to consider leasing.
Okay.
So this is just the notice that we'll do it and go put it in the newspaper and all that jazz?
Correct.
Any other questions?
I move that we accept it.
Okay, motion by Ms. Marshall,
Second.
second by Ms. Fisher. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right, next on the agenda, consider and approve delegating authority to the superintendent concerning to bid and negotiate the leasing mineral rights of certain real property of the 1 acre tract.
So the next few items are all the same. This will delegate Dr. Langley the authority to bid, to open the bids, to select with a committee whoever bid, and then go ahead and negotiate the contract with them so that we can bring this back to you in November with the recommendation and a executed contract for you to approve.
Basically handle it like we do all other bids and all that
Except
stuff.
we wouldn't have
Just-
to wait
Right.
after your approval to then do the contract.
Correct.
So we can wrap this up.
Speeding it up, speeding it up. All right. I'd entertain a motion to approve.
Move to approve.
Motion by Ms. Fisher,
Second.
second by Ms. Marshall. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Consider approve the lease of oil and gas development of contiguous properties. Mr. Chilcote?
So this is a different tract of about 40 properties. It's approximately 180 acres of land. So the same approval of leasing this 180 acres of land across 40 different properties.
Okay. There's no questions. I'd entertain a motion.
I move to approve.
Motion by Ms. Fisher,
Second.
second by Mr. Palmer. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any against? Like sign. Abstaining? Motion carries. Number 6, consider and approve the delegating of the authority to the superintendent concerning to bid and negotiate the leasing mineral rights of certain real property of contiguous properties.
The same delegation to Dr. Langley to bid process, select, and negotiate the contract.
Okay. Have a motion?
Make the motion.
Motion by Mr. Palmer,
Second.
second by Ms. Marshall. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, like sign? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right, moving forward, education, finance, 1, consider approved participation in the Region 2013, are those dates right? 2013 Purchasing Cooperative?
20.
This is our annual,
I know what it is, but I'm just saying the dates are right. Just, for 25, 26?
For 2025 and 20, it's on
Yeah,
there
I
at the
don't know where
end.
that came from.
well, the 2013 purchasing cooperative, that is when it was first established.
That's when it started.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Just making sure it was right. Ms. Byrd?
And so that is, it just allows us to be a member of this cooperative, and we don't have to go out for as many RFPs. And this cooperative especially is good with special education devices, so it saves us a lot there.
It's the same thing we've been doing for a long time, right?
Yes, we've been a member a long time, and it just costs $875.
Okay,
That's the ESC out of San Antonio.
gotcha.
I move that we approve the participation in Region 20 for the cooperative of 2025 through 2026.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Marshall, second by Ms. Fisher. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right, consider and approve the change order for the CSC for the Marshall Stadium renovation project.
It's approval of this change order number 3 for a final application for payment to Casey Sloan Construction for the Marshall Stadium renovation. The change order would be a credit to us of $19,461.29. This is with some of the other change orders of leveling the stadium and the concrete underneath. The money requested then, we saved some of that, so it will be a credit of $19,000.
Well, I can't wait to say, I move that we approve the order for
Second.
the stadium renovation project.
All right, I have a motion by Ms. Marshall, a second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Like sign, abstaining? Motion carries. I would say that every comment I've received has been nothing but positive.
Absolutely.
So that job was well done.
Yes, thank you for approving.
Yeah, I think that's a real asset to our community. All right, number 3, consider and approve the change order for the CSC for interior renovations of William B. Travis, Davy Crockett, and Marshall Early Graduation School.
So earlier this summer, we painted these 3 schools, did some other items, we redid their gym floors. So this is a change order for a credit and final application for payment to Casey Sloan for those interior renovations. It's to eliminate the remaining contingency on the final contract amount. It's roughly $153,537.87. We did not have to completely redo the gym floors, and they look amazing. The new gym floors look really good. We'll be doing that with some schools this summer as well. But we did not spend any of the contingency, and we did not have to use all of the allowance for the gym floors.
Very good.
Okay, so that sounds good.
Make a motion, we approve.
Motion by Mr. Lewis,
Second.
second by Ms. Fisher. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right. We only have 2 more pages, folks. Number 4, consider and approve the new tennis court lighting.
I'd like you to consider the approval of Spark Lighting to install 36 LED sports lights at our tennis courts. This is a 1-for-1 replacement. It will get new mounts and rewiring. It's a 5-year warranty. The lead time is 2 to 3 weeks, and they will install in 3 to 5 days. With this, if approved, all of our athletic facilities will have LED lighting. So all new lighting in all of our athletic facilities.
That's good.
They are a Bob vendor, and this would come out of our 698 athletics construction budget.
Sounds good.
$78,000.
78,000.
Make a motion, we approve.
I second.
All right, motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Ms. Fisher. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Consider and approve the community and schools contract. Dr. Crane.
This is for this year's approval of our community and schools contracts, we have the following campuses that have community and schools: David Crockett, Sam Houston, William B. Travis, MECC, the high school, Meigs, and Marshall Junior High, for a total of $171,500.
I have a question. How do we evaluate that? Or do we have a system in place to evaluate the effectiveness of community in schools?
Well, this past year, I met with them at the beginning of the year, middle of the year, and the end of the year, and then we also had surveys that were sent out, and so based on those surveys, that's kind of our measure.
That's what you measure?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. I knew we did, I just didn't know what it was, and I'm curious. Okay, good. All right.
I move to approve.
Motion by Ms. Fisher,
Second.
second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right, consider and approve the purchase of Tech Labs. Ms. Leon? Dr. Leon, I apologize, excuse me.
Evening, everybody. So technically last year, about the middle of the year in November, they brought forth a request to seek permission to apply for a grant through TWC. That grant finally came through this spring, official contract came through this summer, and so now we're moving forward with the purchasing process of that. We have received a check for $150,000 from the Northeast Texas Workforce Commission. That's through the TWC. We have a matching of $150,000 from Marshall EDC. And then Marshall EDC is topping their part off for a full total of a grant for $344,000 plus. I do have, do you want me to go ahead and present what it is? Sure. Okay, so it is to start a manufacturing engineering program. Part of our advisory council meetings have polled what do we need here in Marshall, what do we need for our workforce, what do we need education-wise, and this is one of the products of that. It's been ongoing and it's finally coming to fruition this year. Click the Leaf video. This is a 4-minute video that gives us a program highlight so you can visualize what it looks like inside of a classroom, hear teacher and student testimonial, maybe. Just so you can have a better understanding of what I'm talking about and what you'll see in our labs. It is going into one of the renovated spaces downstairs where the current Mad Vets have been. No, that one's the PD Center. One over where the current welding classroom and what the first welding shop have been, it will become a classroom and lab space for this.
Don't know if the link's working.
Put the first one there.
There.
There we go.
Marshall Center for Advanced Careers in Aid. The age range that comes here is about 15 to 18.
Been doing that for 15 years,
In the
maybe 20.
Industrial Life Program, students are typically exposed to electrical, mechanical drives, PLC programming, hydraulics, programming robots, lots of different areas. Tech Labs has been an immense support for the program. They've helped with registering for trainings, or ordering equipment. And actually, I've had some representatives come speak to the students that it really inspired them to pursue the certifications. Sometimes as a teacher, they hear you, but it's when someone comes from the outside and they say something and offer a little insight that it makes a bigger difference. So I've seen a shift in their behavior.
My name is Camden Davis. I am currently 15 years old. I've been coming to CTE for the past month now, and I love the opportunities that they provide. We work on robots, electrical systems, pretty much anything you can think of, we work on. After you learn the first thing, it goes from being like, this is too hard to like, oh, this is simple. I need to learn more about this. Just coming into the course, I had no idea what I was doing. And I've learned over time, it's really something awesome. It's unique. I mean, I get to do awesome things now, and I know that these awesome things that I'm doing now will also open up doors in the future for me.
Oh, my name is Benjamin Caldwell. My friends call me Ben or Benji, and I'm in 10th grade. Whenever that's related to technology, I fall in love with it because of my influence of my dad. It was actually the first day before going to come here for the first time, he passed away on a Sunday, right? And, you know, it kind of, you know, held me back a little bit, but because of his influence in technology and computers and his backstory, what he went through as my age, actually, I will try to fulfill his wishes and have more influence on other people of technology. So I fall in love with anything that relates to technology, especially robotics, because of him. Once I heard about specific type of engineer, let's say aerospace engineer, that's a really good career and a hard way to get into. I think this one kind of had exposure to it because of the certifications. This can actually benefit with high-paying jobs. Having this course makes it really easier because back then people don't have all these workbenches and everything, but now we do.
My name is Valerie. I'm 15 and I'm in 10th grade. The idea of being like in industry and manufacturing and using the equipment, and the fact that I actually like enjoy working, that actually like excites me. I think my dream job is going to be like manufacturing or like robotics, because my dad used to work as like a robotic. I view him like as an idol for me. He's done so much in my life, so I think that's what I want to do, to honor the fact that I have this opportunity at age 15 is amazing, and the fact that I can actually work on it while like being safe, having like, a great teacher. I mean, it's gonna be amazing.
I like the feeling you get knowing that you're giving somebody something that's going to benefit them 10, 20 years in the future. And so I often say I don't teach to the current child, I actually teach to the future adult. And I get the opportunity to actually give students technical skills that are things that people are pursuing in college right now. And they get this in high school. So it means a lot knowing that you're giving them those skills. You're almost like giving them a head start. I like that I get to contribute that way.
This needs to be put out all over Facebook or all over social media or whatever.
So we were able to kind of work with Tech Labs and kind of pull the pieces of what we wanted to put into our particular lab. And so we also had our advisory committee and several some people come and work with us and look at our TEKS, the essential knowledge and skills, and the different programs of study, and they help drill down. They didn't want us to target just one particular program, like Paulsville has that really awesome process ops, and it is process ops, and it is to go to Eastman. But Marcus Hooper is one of the key ones that worked with us, along with Komatsu, and there's a list of Prismial, different ones. They wanted us, Lewis Engineering, they wanted us to develop a workforce and people to go to university, whichever direction they wanted to go, whether they were directly to careers or go get an engineering degree and come back to us. They wanted us to have more versatility, to teach our students a little bit of everything so that a student could leave us and go to the various work positions that we have in our area. So we chose the program of study with the robotics and augmentation because it does have more of that engineering side of it, which would segue students from the STEM Academy through the middle school and into us at the high school to give them that full K-12 engineering experience. It also takes our engineering at the high school. Right now it's been more of an engineering design processes, problem solving, just the mindset of what is an engineering. This will give a targeted set of skills for them to take with them. So that's the one that we kind of worked with. And then the classes also kind of cross over and they could get a completion in the advanced manufacturing or the manufacturing technology, just with if they wanted to be a little bit engineering. So if they wanted to explore some different areas, there are multiple avenues that they could be a program of study completer with this program and not just be 4 years in it. The list right there kind of gives you the idea of what the content is that we have identified as our particular needs, starting with just tool identification and measurement skills, getting into some of the more detailed with CAD, blueprint, reading the electrical circuits, the robotic augmentation, just how a manufacturing plant runs from start to finish as a whole. So those are the ones, along with the CNC mill and lathe, we hear a lot of that too. So we kind of pulled it all together, along with some process ops into that senior year. So this is kind of the breakdown of the different things. The grant is going to open up years 1 and 2. So 4 programs inside of Ignite is the curriculum, the online curriculum that they will work. The teacher will be more of a facilitator for this particular program. And then they will have the hands-on lab things that they go in and they work on the circuitries and they work on the things that they've learned in the online curriculum. Moving into the future years. So the grant, we kind of talked about that, what it gives us already. Our partner for the grant is TSTC. This particular program of study that we're offering here on the campus and the courses that we mapped it out to will flush into any of these programs for our students to go into dual credit during junior, senior year, or to leave us after graduation and go into any of these programs at TSTC, along with that base level entry positions at our local manufacturing plants, or going to get a 4-year degree coming back and working in upper management and leadership. One more. And these are the partners that we've kind of worked with in mapping out the plan for this particular grant where we're at. So we are asking approval to spend the money. Technically, it's not Marshall's money, but they are the beneficiaries. The money has been deposited to us. We will place the orders. We will receive it. We will utilize it. We will assist with all the grant processing on the backside.
That's awesome.
It is an awesome program.
Yeah, it is.
Great. I move that we approve.
Motion by Ms. Marshall that we
Second.
approve, second by Ms. Fisher. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you for all the work on this. This will be a difference maker for our kids.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, this is something that will be long-lasting. All right, next we have Ms. Bird with the Christmas bonus for all MISD staff. Everybody else close, cover your ears.
Back during the budgeting process in March or April, we were, when Dr. Lane and I sat down, we were designing the 6 scenarios to bring y'all for pay increases. We talked about how we really would like to give a bonus at this time of year. And so what I did is I budgeted $250 plus benefits for 850 employees. So that's a total of $238,000 that I budgeted for this. We didn't say a whole lot about it or anything about it. We kind of kept this a secret because we wanted to make sure that our revenues numbers were going to be close to where we thought we were. And last week, I looked at them and after the first 6 weeks, compared to the budget, we're right on the money. And what the state's LPE is for us as well, the legislative planning estimate is right where our projected amounts are as well. So we feel more confident about that. So we feel more confident about spending the money. So what we do is we are proposing that all employees that are employed on October 31st will receive a $250 bonus on their November payroll.
And we can do that because we already budgeted for it, right?
We have already budgeted for it.
Yeah.
And when we say all, do we really mean all?
Anyone that's employed by MISD. So, I mean, if they are employed by AHI or Chartwell's, then we can't give them a bonus, but we can give them to all of the ones that are employed by MISD.
Okay.
Food service will come out of the food service fund.
Right, and then everyone else would come out of 199.
Right. Okay.
That's great.
I figured there'd be a rush to.
I move to
Motion
approve.
that way.
I move to approve.
Motion by Ms. Fisher, second by Mr. Lewis. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Loudly. Anybody against, go hide under your desk. All right. All in favor, we are all. That motion carries. Very good. All right. We didn't have anything removed, so at this time, the board will adjourn into closed session pursuant to the following sections of the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551.071 and 551.074. Into open session. I think we have personnel matters considered approved as recommended.
I move that we accept that as presented.
Second.
All right, motion by Ms. Marshall, second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. All right. Ms. Fisher?
Oh. I recommend that the employment of Ms. Christy Roy be determined for the reasons stated in the notice of proposed termination.
Okay. And I should have read deliberate and possible actions concerning the termination of an employment and contract of an employee for good cause, to delegate authority to the superintendent of schools relating to board action. Then B, motion to propose termination.
Well, I would ask that maybe Ms. Fisher make that recommendation one more time.
Okay.
I recommend that the employment of Ms. Christy Roy be terminated for the reasons stated in the notice of proposed termination.
Okay, then motion on proposed termination.
Based upon that recommendation, I move that the employment of Ms. Christy Roy be terminated for just cause by the recommendation of the superintendent, and that we authorize the superintendent to sign the notice of termination that contains the reasons for the proposed action.
Okay. That came with a motion from Mr. Palmer. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Ms. Marshall. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries.
I would also move that the superintendent or her designee be authorized and directed to deliver and send the notice of termination to Ms. Roy.
Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Lewis. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? Motion carries. We are adjourned.